All right, what's going on, guys? So we have Tony here, and he has actually been with us for, I think it's been 6 months, and he has completely changed pretty much everything in his life. As you always hear, a lifestyle change. Sometimes it's hard to understand what that is, but Tony has made that, and actually right in the middle of when coronavirus hit is when he started, because he knew that what he was doing, how he felt, how he looked, he just wasn't happy with it. And he reached out to me, fortunately, and he put in the work, and now he's at this amazing place where, honestly, we were just talking about this, most people don't even recognize what he looks like because he's lost over 50 pounds. So Tony, thank you so much for being here. Obviously super proud of where you were, and and really where you are now. So if someone is out there struggling, could you kind of tell them maybe what you were struggling with the most before we even started, and what was really going on?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me here today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the biggest thing I was struggling with at the beginning was, like, I always had in my head, I want to start working out and getting myself in better shape. And I would do certain workouts in less than a week, but the nutrition part of it, I wasn't being the best at. And then when I talked to Dr. Bruno on the phone, we were talking, and the biggest thing was get the nutrition in order with the workouts. And that's where it's helped me the most, is locking in foods and how much I can eat and what I can eat and what's good, like what is actually good for your body to fuel it. So it kind of helps with the workouts that you're doing. And that's the biggest changes I've seen. It's more of a lifestyle change, and I'm controlling more of what I'm eating, and I'm watching more what I'm eating, and I'm trying to just eat healthier. And that's a big change, and that's where I've seen my biggest improvement.
Good. So it's, really, you made a lot of changes, and I think I'd like you to talk really quickly about wanting to make a change. You knew like what you were doing wasn't really what you wanted to do, meaning like you weren't eating healthy, you may be working out here or there, but it really wasn't enough. So I guess since we started working together, like what was the biggest thing that really took you from that to what you're doing now? Like, what do you really think, like going from like, I know I need a plan, like what made you like really just straight like commit to like me? And then what was like that commitment like to you, like in terms of, because I know we talked about this, like having to commit, having to put your money where your mouth is, having to put in the time. We weren't going to lose 50 pounds in 3 months or in a month. So I guess talk about that like a little bit. And that's my question's rambling, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, the biggest thing that I reached out to you was, hey, I need more structure to follow. Good. And that's where it helped me a lot, was you set us up with the structure and the plan, but then you hold us accountable to make sure we follow that. Like, no offense to you, doctor, but you're not doing work with no one else. We have to hold ourselves accountable. And then even like you're investing in yourself. You're just not investing in some like third party program. Mm-hmm. No, you're investing in yourself, and you get the results that you put into it. You're either got to be in or you're going to be out. And the way I looked at it was, hey, I'm committed. I'm going to do everything I can to see results, because I needed a lifestyle change for myself.
Oh, I love that, man. That's really what it is you hear about making the investment and the time, and then really the money. And you, as soon as you do that, like that's the piece where you're like, well, I have to do this now. I'm not going to talk. I have to walk the walk. And that's a big step that, if you're out there watching this and you're like, well, how much does this cost? Or can I afford this? I mean, we can look back and we can say, Tony, like, you spent like over $2,000 with me over the last 6 months. Like, was where you were to where you are now, was that worth it to you?
Yes, it was, because like people look at the money and they say, oh my God, that's a lot. But I don't look at it that way, because if I wouldn't have spent the money I did and you put me in that plan, I'd be spending money on possible like high blood pressure medication and like cholesterol and things like that. Not only did it get me in good physical shape, but it brought my blood pressure down and everything's back in check. So it's either, are you going to spend that money in your health, or are you going to go and keep living the lifestyle you're doing and having to take all these extra medications because of that? That's the way I looked at it.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, let me invest more into this part of it, like working with you and starting to eat right and get my workouts. And on top of that, I get up now in the morning and I have more energy and I feel better and I can attack the day. And before I'd get up and I'm just sluggish and like, oh, here comes another day.
Yep. So you're investing in yourself up front for this time, not only are you saving money in the long run and other like health things that you'd have to do, surgeries, blood pressure medication, all that stuff, you're also, your life is just better. So you literally change your life. And like you said, I didn't do the work, but it's there for you to do. But then the other piece, maybe you didn't think about, but this is what I always do is I want you to have, you invested the money, the time, and you learned a lot, and you're still learning stuff. Because now Tony's actually at a spot where he doesn't want to lose any more weight. So you can get there, and you can, now he just wants to really change his body and be stronger too and more fit. But you also invested that time, that money, and now you have that information forever. Where if you didn't do that, you could, unfortunately, you hear it all the time, doing a 21-day fix or a fad, an 8-week challenge or something, but you really never understand what you did and how to continue to do it forever, and making the lifestyle change. So it's a big thing. Kudos to you, because now you have that stuff forever. But really quick, talk about, okay, where you were, and then talk about where you are now. And let's talk about like how much weight you've lost. You talked a little bit about energy and changing, but talk about that stuff a little bit, because that's, and this is all, again, because Tony busted his ass, big time.
Yeah, so when I first started with Dr. Bruno here in February, I was right around 250 pounds. And then today, we're August, middle of August, almost the end of August, I'm down to right around 195. 55 pounds on a scale, that's a lot, and it changes everything. But then the inches wise, I'm down a lot of inches in the waist, my stomach. I've been buying new clothes because the old clothes don't fit me. It's giving me more confidence and more, I'm just more energetic. I'm more, I don't know, I smile more, I'm happier, things like that. And it relates more to, it changes your whole outlook. Like I concentrate better at work. Like even, you guys know as I coach baseball, so I'm out there and I have more energy to be around with the kids. I'm not like, I don't know, I don't want to call it lazy, but I'm not like slowing down as quick as I normally used to back when I had all that extra weight. And then like even, you're doing the workouts, but my knees were starting to hurt before. Now I can get up and be on my feet all day, and I'm not tired and need to sit down every hour or so. So it's like little things like that you take for granted, and now it's just changing, and I don't know, there's a lot of different lifestyle changes. And then even, it's working when people are complimenting you and telling you, hey man, where's the other half of yourself? When's that person coming in? So it's you start getting compliments like that, and then you really know it's starting to work, and you just feel good about yourself because other people are noticing it too.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Super proud of you. And I think that's so important where, you lost weight, but it's so much more than that. And honestly, the reason why you're there is all because you didn't want to lose weight. And you knew it was important, but really you wanted to change your lifestyle. You wanted to change what you're doing. And that's why you have all those benefits. So it's awesome, man. I guess if someone's out there, just to wrap up, and they're struggling right now, and, coronavirus, and they're, bouncing around, trying different things, trying to diet, really harshly, which, that I do not recommend. Maybe just some quick advice for them. Like, what do you think they could do? Like, just to start, turning around a little bit.
Well, first of all, what I would say is you have to start somewhere, and you have to start, because you can't just, well, I'm going to start tomorrow. No, I'm going to start next week. No, start that day, because then a month from that day, you can look back and be like, look, I started, like, these 6 months flew by. I didn't even know we were 6 months into it until I started really looking at it the other day.
It's crazy.
We were talking. But you have to start somewhere. That's the biggest step. And then the biggest thing I'm going to say is get your nutrition in check. Like, watch what you're eating. Like, there's been weeks where I don't work out, but I'm still watching what I'm eating, and I'm still dropping a couple pounds. So nutrition is key in that, and the workouts just add to it. And if you don't know where to start, reach out to Dr. Bruno, and he will put you in the right plan. And it's going to work if you stick to it. But the biggest thing is you got to start somewhere, and you have to hold yourself accountable to doing it. So
I love it. So true. Definitely have to start. And what, when you're starting something like a diet plan, which you guys, I don't know, I don't like that stuff. But at first it's scary, and you're just kind of like, okay, because there's so much information out there. Dieting is miserable, or this crazy workout program. And I'm sure Tony had some thoughts like that, because sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. But I can guarantee that as long as you have a program that's set up for you to enjoy life rather than make you feel more drained from life, meaning eating less and exercising more, which is the complete opposite of what we do. Our focus is what exercises do you really need to focus on? How do you actually eat more to have more energy, to actually change your body and feel better? If you have that in place, you're actually going to get to a spot where Tony is, where he actually likes what he's doing. It's not this dreadful diet. It's not this thing that he's looking to get off of in the future. It's actually something that's adding to his life. So just know that too, even if you're scared to take that step, that, you know, throughout the process, you actually start to love it because you feel so good. So that's really it. So Tony, thank you so much. Looking forward to the future here. He's at a spot where he's like, Bruno, I need to not really gain weight, but I need to stop losing weight. So you could definitely get there too. And if you need anything, just let me know. But Tony, thank you so much again. And we will talk to you soon. Okay.
Thanks.